If you're a young parent with young kids, for example, I have 2 kids, boys 5 and 7, and you want them to learn self-drive and self-grit, these are the 4 hacks I've applied and it works. I call this the self-drive grit circle, and it's split into 4 quadrants in our circle, obviously, G-R-I-T, which obviously stands for grit. Now, you need to do these 4 grit hacks on a daily basis and for a minimum of 30 days to see a dramatic change in their self-drive and grit. Now, the first daily thing you need to say to your kids, which is the first G, is, hey, kiddo, or your kid's name, what's your goals and plans today? This simple question, this simple hack of, hey, what are your goals today? What are your plans today, kiddo? Really subconsciously implants in their mind that, hey, I should have that plan. Oh, what are my plans? Now, my kids are 5 and 7, and I think that's the right age to start asking these type of questions. And initially, when I first started it, they're like, I don't know, Dad. What I would know, I'm just a kid. But after a while, after like, about a few days of asking, after 2 weeks, they start thinking, hey, should I have a plan? And then after another week, they're like, hey, Dad, I do have a plan. I want to do this, this, and this, and this. Now, not to sound too cliche, guys, but if you fail to plan, then you've planned to fail. Same for kids, right? If you don't expose them to this concept of goals and plans, then basically they have this habit of being aimless, missionless. If you just start off with that simple question, what plans you have today, it really starts to activate that inner planning in their mind, that critical analysis that they should have a plan. Now, I want to highly suggest for this hack, as a disclaimer, I do not want parents to push your own agenda onto your kids, right? Your own dreams and hopes onto your kids. You're basically teaching your kid to fish. Don't give them the fish. Don't give them the plans and goals and tell them what they should do today. They need to develop that internal grit, drive to think of what are the plans, and if they have those goals in mind, you just need to check up on them. Did you achieve that plan at the end of the day? The next thing you should be asking your kids, or things that you should be doing with your kids on a daily basis, part of this grit cycle, is that you need to review how you feel and request remedy. Now I'll show you an example. Okay, kiddo, Dad's really tired today. I took you guys to Westfield, we had a blast. What do you think I should be doing right now? I'm so tired. And then shut up, guys. You just want your kids to digest that information. They're acknowledging that, they're your son. For example, that's my son, and I'm their dad, and their dad is tired. So as a child, they feel that I'm tired. And then the next thing is, they will think within the little brain, because I asked them, what should I do? Then they'll be thinking, Dad's tired. He asked me what he should do. Let's think of things that I could make him feel better, maybe. And after that, whatever remedy they give you when you've reviewed how you have felt, just go along with it. Like, for example, today I was really tired. Actually, I wasn't really tired. I was sort of kind of bugged because I was driving around, looking for Chrissy presents for their friends and our family friends. And, I revealed, hey, I'm actually really bugged today. And my kids were just like, they ran to the fridge, poured a cup of milk and just gave it to me. I'm like, oh, I guess you feel like that I need a cup of milk right now? Thank you. Kids, that's fantastic. Because remember, guys, this exercise is to build self-drive and self-grit within your kids. You're not there to command them what to do or give them orders what to do. Like, hey, I'm thirsty. Give me a cup of milk. Give me a cup of drink. No, it needs to come from them internally. And if they don't do anything, they go, hey, you're tired, so what? I don't give a crap. Just be patient, because what happens, you're trying to nurture empathy that's within them. That little generosity heart that they have will grow as you give them the opportunity, as you reveal these emotions that require their little mind's remedy. Next part of this grit plan, G-R-I-T, goes to I, and it's very simple. I need your help. Like today, we went to Westfields, we went to a cafe, and I'm like, guys, this menu is really giving me a headache. I can't figure out what to eat. Can you guys just really help me out and choose what I should eat today? And I'm not saying you do this every time, because our little kiddies are really slow in doing anything when you request their help. But maybe like in a day, 2 or 3 times, you just want to request their help, and then using their little energy and little minds to solve that little problem for you. For example, I was hungry, I didn't know what to eat, and then they chose something for me, and then obviously I'll be like, oh, yeah, great choice, I love it. Because you got to remember, guys, weak parents, or pretending to be weak parents, produces strong, self-driven kids. Because I'm telling you right now, based on the study, strong parents usually produce very weak kids. Parents that have everything worked out, planned out, and the kids are like, yes, ma'am, I'll follow your order. They have zero grit. They are aimless. They're just listening to their bloody parents' orders. They don't even can make up their own bloody mind. as young parents with young kids, you got to really let your kids know their input is required. They're not here to just follow your bloody order like you're a bloody dictator parent, right? You need to let them know they are needed to then develop this thing I call self-drive and self-grit. And lastly, in the grit cycle is the T, which is your turn to decide. I do this on every weekend with my kids. I have 2 young boys, and me, Mummy, which is my wife, and my 2 boys, we take turns deciding what we would do on the weekend. So then we have a little roster. So my 5-year-old this Saturday decided he wanted to go X, Y, and Z. And then this Sunday, my eldest decided to do X, Y, and Z. And guys, when your kids decide what they want to do, you got to go full along with it. You got to play the yes parent, because that's their decision and they need to live through that consequence or that choice. Whether it was fun, not fun, the pros and cons, it was their decision. And guys, this is really teaching your kids to make decisions on their own accord, and not because you told them what to do, making all the bloody decisions for your kids. They'll become really no grit, no self-drive kids, just aimless listening to mommy and daddy. If you follow these 4 grit hacks on a daily basis for 30 days, I can guarantee your kids will learn how to have self-drive and self-grit. They will learn to be more responsible kids, more empathetic kids, and kids that will basically be really, really close to you because you're letting them decide and take charge with their own little lives. And lastly, if you watched thus far, you might be thinking, hey, what's the big deal with grit, self-drive? Who cares? I'm the parent. I decide what my kids want to do. They're too small to learn that. You are wrong. You don't want to be the motivator, the external motivator why your kids want to do things. You want your kids to learn to be self-motivated, self-drive to do things. For example, study, academics, career, self-drive, not because they're doing it for you, all right? That's how you get your kids to go further in life. Hopefully these 4 hacks serve you well. Try it and let me know how it plans out. Jump in the comments, let me know what you think.